so freaking cute.
Thank
like
you.
beautiful, all the things. The nail
got
game with
pockets.
it. Yeah, the nail game makes it a little more rock and roll. I don't even wear a dress without pockets anymore. I don't have time for that designer.
No.
Yeah,
You
I
just
love
always
a
need your
pocket.
things on you.
Yes, did you have one in your wedding dress? 'Cause
I did.
Congrats. You had pockets?
I had pockets.
I love it. Congrats on your wedding.
Thank you.
That's so awesome.
It was so fun.
I love your Modern Family co-star, Jesse Tyler Ferguson. He married y'all, right?
Yeah, he did.
Was that the plan the whole time?
So Ty Burrell was originally supposed to marry
Yeah.
us. He's already ordained
Yeah.
to be an officiant. I don't want to really say minister,
Yeah.
but so he was supposed to, and there was an emergency. He wasn't able to make it like a week before the wedding. We found out, and so I sent a text message to Jesse, and because we're obviously very, very close, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Please.
fake TV uncle, real life friend, Tony Award winning Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
You can do this.
Will you marry us?
Yeah.
And he so graciously did it. And
Did he have to get
it was
ordained
amazing.
really fast?
Yeah, we did
I
did
was
this crazy process online. He got ordained,
Yeah.
and the entire wedding he kept flashing people his clergy badge. He was wearing
It's
it
real.
on the inside, like, look at me.
I love that. Is it true that you threatened your husband if he didn't cry at your wedding?
Yes. Yes.
You wanted real emotion. You wanted to go there.
I actually specifically verbatim said, if I don't see you crying when I walk down the aisle, I'm turning around.
Oh, and he did.
And he did cry.
Aw, I love that. So you've said that your husband is a good communicator. So
Yes.
how has that helped? I'm sure that's helped immensely in your relationship, right?
Oh, immensely. I've always been the communicator in relationships, and I remember our first fight that we had, which wasn't even a big deal. I got so frustrated and I stomped upstairs and I slammed the door, and then I was like, what is happening? I'm
Yeah.
not the person that does this. This is crazy. Like, he just wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, it's so key. It's so cliche, but it's so key for
Yeah.
a healthy relationship to be able to communicate and know how to fight and know each other's
So how to communicate and then listen.
and then
like
listen.
receive, yeah.
And, to really understand how one another feels at times. It's not just a love language thing of words of appreciation or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's, we're very opposite in how we are when we're upset or angry about something.
As we all are, yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
an individual. And so, he likes to be left alone, and I like to be
You want to talk
held
it out.
like a
you-
baby.
Like a baby?
Like a baby. I want to be the Joey in the pouch. Just put me in there.
Yeah.
And
He just doesn't want to be touched.
And he doesn't want to be touched, doesn't want to be looked at. He's just like, I'm going through my stuff, I'll figure it out in my head, everything is fine. So that's something that we've learned about each other, that we work on every day to be able to make sure that
Yeah.
we give each other what the other person needs.
Oh, that's great. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Great partner. That's awesome. So did your family speak at the wedding? Did anybody get up and say anything?
Yeah, so we had a rehearsal dinner. My brother gave the sweetest speech.
See, that's when I would cry.
It was there wasn't a dry eye
Yeah.
in the
And if you see
wine
one,
cave.
you know that person's dead in their,
Yes,
in their
yes.
heart. Yeah. You're like,
Are you gonna
there's
murder
something
me?
wrong with you.
I think you're gonna murder me.
That's cool, though. that he
Yeah,
did that,
it was
yeah.
amazing. I mean, we are 5 years apart.
Yeah.
So we have this thing, and he said it. He was like, nobody makes my sibling cry but me. And that's how
So
we
much
work.
in that statement.
So much in that statement. It's I'll punch anyone that makes my brother cry, but
Yeah.
if
I can do it.
But I can do it 1,000 times
Yeah.
over. And it was so sweet. And Wells' sister and her husband spoke, and they wore onesies. I got them animal onesies for Christmas in 2017. I thought that they had thrown them out, donated them, whatever. And all of a sudden we look over and they were doing a speech in their onesies, and it was so sweet. I love it so much.
Oh, I love that family. That's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, usually people aren't like that at weddings. That's cool.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
great.
Yeah,
They,
it's like stuffier.
They just disappeared for a second.
I
Came back
love
in
that. And they're
onesies.
like, so this is how we're going to present our speech.
Yes, exactly.
So your family shared a very small apartment in New York whenever you were little, right?
Yes.
Was it, I mean, it kind of seems like hard times, but it also seems kind of cool because you're all it's very cool and tight and your family's all together. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and as a child, you don't
realize.
You don't know the difference, whether you're staying in a 5,000 square foot house or a 300 square foot apartment,
Yeah.
it was amazing and fun, and the building had so much history, which was really cool. I remember singing Annie nonstop because I was auditioning for it. And so I would go out onto the fire escape and get some air and really feel like an orphan in the 30s in New York City.
Did your neighbors
know?
hate you?
They were actually so sweet. Like they would applaud, and then like a week would go by, and they'd like yell up, like, "Hey, did you book Annie? Like, what's going on?" It was so sweet. But then we had like my cat brought me a birthday present one time and jumped up on the bed, went to pet him. It stopped after about an inch, turned on the light, and it was a mouse's head. So then there's that as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Welcome to New York. Yep.
Yes, it is
Rats
a Taylor
and
Swift
mice.
song.
Yeah.
Rats and mice and people asking if you booked Annie.
I love that you asking if you booked Annie.
Yeah.
It's very New York. All
Very
of that.
New York.
I just love that. Like I thought you were gonna say they hated it because I lived in apartment complexes when I was little, and you know the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought this was my moment. I just always would go out on the balcony and sing that part.
Just
and
that.
And then revert and go, just keep singing, and like play it out, like the whole thing. And my neighbors hated us.
I can't.
But I didn't care. I just kept singing.
You're
so
welcome,
I love that your neighbors were supportive.
They
That was
were. They
amazing.
were so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. So your father's an actor as well, so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I hear he's on Broadway right now, right?
Yes.
That's exciting. What's he doing?
He is doing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway.
Do you? I love Harry Potter. Do you love Harry Potter?
My dad's Dumbledore.
No way!
I know. Ooh, ah.
I know. Oh my God. Did you read them when you were younger?
Oh, yes.
Me too.
I read them. I actually introduced Harry Potter to my family. I found it at like a book fair at school.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with them. And then, so my brother was too little to read those massive books.
Yeah.
So my dad would read them out loud and would do voices for everyone. And
Pre-game.
It was great. Yeah. The full 360. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And he's so good.
Oh, that's so cool. Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you spent time in Berlin for your new project.
Yeah.
And you had a roommate, right?
Yes, I did. It was a studio apartment, and it was at this very, very, very old building in Berlin. A lot of probably terrible things happened there. And I was moving in, and I was putting my stuff in this dresser, and all of a sudden I smelled perfume. And I was like, what is going on? Is this like such a fancy place that they push perfume through the vents? And then I very quickly realized that I had a roommate, and I feel like she had been there since, like, I want to say the 40s. And
You mean like a ghost?
yeah, I named her Olga.
And you
It was
stayed in
great.
it? Did you
Yes.
stay? What
We
is
created
happening?
a relationship. Like, she was very sweet. Her name was not Olga. I did ask her that, but I couldn't figure out her actual name. So I asked if it was okay to call her Olga, and she was like, yeah, whatever.
What? Like I'm freaking. I'm so terrified of stuff like that. Not terrified. I just don't even want to know it exists. If it exists, like, and you're saying it exists, which terrifies me. There's just enough going on in this realm.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to have to worry about another one. That's insane, and it didn't
Yeah.
scare you at all. Have you been like that like since you were a kid?
Oh, yes. My mom taught me how to read tarot cards when I was a kid. She reads palms.
I'm obsessed
and
right now with tarot cards. I
everything.
think they're so fun.
It's great. It's amazing. And
Sometimes really dead on. Yeah.
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 I mean, if you put like the right energy into it and ask the right questions, you can really be able to, it's not a future teller by any means, but you can really be
Yeah.
able to understand the situation and where other people are coming from. But yeah, no, when I was a kid, I saw dead people all the time.
What in the world?
I can't see them anymore.
Okay, see that's my problem. See, I'm a very open person, and that's what scares me. Because I literally let people like let ghosts or whatever. I'm like, I walk in somewhere and somebody says, I'm like, I'm really cool if you're here, like, but like
Yeah.
just don't show yourself. Like we can both be here. We don't have
I
to
don't
know
wanna
we're
know
both
what you
here.
look like.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to see you. I'm like, because I'm such an open person, I feel like that it would happen to me, and then I would die.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would die.
You just have to be able to protect yourself, and it's good.
I am not that person. I just like to avoid it. So, okay, let's talk about your new show. So it's part of the Pitch Perfect franchise, right?
Yes.
Okay, were you a fan? Were you just a super fan?
Such a fan.
Me too. I love it.
Such a fan.
I think I
mean-
grew up in a choir like it, so it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Moore, who directed the first one, I did Shrek the Musical with him in New York.
Yeah.
That he directed. So I was such a fan of it. And of course, Adam, I knew Adam from Modern Family.
Yeah.
So it's such an amazing thing to be able to be a part of this whole franchise, because I love everyone that is a part of it.
Yeah.
But to be able to sing again, I haven't sung in such a long time.
I was going to say, that's such a cool thing that you can
Yeah.
do both. What's this plot about? Like, what is this story about, since it's part of the franchise?
So Bumper is still working at the university and gets a call from, if anybody remembers, Peter Kramer from the Pitch Perfect, I think it was 2, from Das Sound Machine. And he calls him, tells him that he's famous in Berlin and that he's going to be the next biggest thing. So Bumper, Adam Devine, moves to Berlin on a whim. And I play Peter's assistant, and she's this weird, quirky, bubbly, but very, very weird person who is really shy.
That's fun to play.
And is like a very much a perfectionist. And so she doesn't want people to hear her sing until she knows it's perfect, which I can very much relate to.
I was gonna say, are you that person?
I am that person. I'm way too much of a control freak and a perfectionist. So I'm very much related to that. And yeah, it's all about Bumper trying to win a thing called German Unity Day concert for a record label.
Oh my God, I'm
It's a
gonna
lot of
love
fun.
it.